Seasons of love. Measure your life in love. I'm glad everybody liked that one. Good job, Mary. I'm impressed by how many of you know that song. Thought I was the only musicals nerd. All right, do we have Candice on here yet?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, Mary, nice. For you guys that were on the call when Bonnie was talking to us, she used to be in musical theater, and afterwards she was like sending me links to her performances and stuff. Because I don't remember what song I played. It was the one from Wicked. What was she in? What were the shows that she was in? I can't remember. Like legitimate ones, you know, not like random shows, like ones that people would know. Which totally makes sense for Bonnie that she would be like on the stage because she's like perfect for it. Okay, so today I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in. Today for our team call we have Candice here with us. Candice, do you like to be called Candice or Candice Mary?
Candice.
Okay, that's what I figured, but I wanted to make sure I didn't introduce you wrong. She is part of the Bombshell Dynasty, but she's actually under Brittany Leggett. That's correct, right?
Yeah.
So she is part of kind of our bigger family of coaches, but she just kind of has a little bit different of a lineage from me personally. So her experience, you know, as a coach may be a little bit different, and maybe just some different perspective and some fresh new ideas. And she is here to talk with you guys about belief. I'm so excited because this is such a great topic, and I think no matter what stage of the business that you're in, it can apply to you. You can figure out ways to have it apply to you. So to tell you guys a little about Candice, like I said, she is one of Brittany Leggett's coaches. So she's part of, it's just Team Dynasty, right? Dynasty United. Dynasty United. They have like an official name and logo and everything. She is a Success Club All-Star, which you guys know, success leaves clues. So she is obviously doing something right, and she's a Diamond Coach, and so excited to have her here to talk to you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and hand it over, Candice, if you want to take the reins.
Sure. So tonight, like Becca said, I'm going to talk about belief, and let me just pull up my slide here so you guys can all see it. Sorry. Let's see. I've done this like twice, so all right. Share screen. Okay. Oops. Man, guys, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It can be a little wonky sometimes.
I know. It's like I'm trying to share it. And okay, there we go. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, I'm just gonna make it bigger for you. Okay, so one of the things that I really struggled with when I was first starting, and honestly something that I have to go back to a lot, is just this pretty basic list of do's and don'ts of gaining belief. And something that is a little bit different about me, I guess, is that I am a pearl personality, and for whatever reason, I think that sometimes we tend to have a little bit more trouble with this area. So it was something that I noticed right away in my business that I just really had to gain some focus on. For other people, it was easier, but for me, it was just a bit of a challenge. So I'll start with the don'ts just so we can get that list over with first. The first thing that you should never, ever, ever do is to compare yourself to others. And in this business, I feel like that is kind of a hard thing to do. I mean, obviously we have every Thursday is, rank advancement day. So you're seeing, everybody's progress, and maybe, you don't have progress that week and you really thought you were going to, but, coaches went inactive, or the points didn't come through, or, whatever happened. And it can be a really tough pill to swallow, and so one thing that I did to kind of combat this was that I started to, when I saw somebody had rank advanced, or when I saw that somebody was adding to their team and, it was just something that I really wish that I was doing, I would actually just comment and say something really nice on that person's post. And I would keep doing that until I felt better about myself, because as a Pearl, I really like to help people. So even though it seemed a little bit backwards because I felt pretty crappy, it was helping me, knowing that I was helping them to be encouraged. And I truly did start to feel better. I was able to, that's something I still do now. And in the beginning, though, what I would sometimes do is I would just check out of my, the coach groups, and I would instead just hone in and focus on something in my business, like the thing that I hoped I was going to accomplish and I didn't. So, the old me, the me as a brand new coach, would have went and watched, Downton Abbey on Netflix for a few hours. But I just, that doesn't help anything. And it certainly never helped me feel better. So I thought, I need to be proactive in this, and I need to recognize this part of myself that I don't really like, and I need to do something about it. So that was what I did. And then just truly learning to be happy for other people, even if, I don't really see something happening for myself. So that's the first don't. The second don't is don't surround yourself with haters. This seems like a pretty basic thing, but sometimes our haters can be people that are really close to us and they really actually care about us. They just don't understand what it is that we're doing, or what it is, they don't understand this business. So another example from my life is I used to be a counselor, and I have a master's degree in counseling. And so my family really did not get Beachbody. They looked at me and said, you're a counselor, you can go out and get a real job, is how they would always talk about it. And something that I really started to see was, that in my job that I had before, I actually, because it was a nonprofit organization, I was losing money every year that I worked there because they were charging me more money for health insurance. So I wasn't even getting, it was the opposite of getting a raise. I just kept making less. And it made me really resentful. Even as, somebody who really likes to help, you still want to feel appreciated. And I never felt that way. But with Beachbody, obviously we know that that's not true at all. We are appreciated by our downline, by our challengers, by the company. They're so great at, recognizing us whenever we accomplish something. Those were the people that I started to see that I really needed to surround myself with. So even though my haters were my family, I just kind of, I didn't get rid of them. I couldn't do that. And I didn't want to do that. But we've just sort of figured out a way that they understand and accept it, as much as I think that they will at this point. And they're fine with it. And they're glad that I'm happy. And they're glad that I'm able to be home with my husband. And, so to me, I just think you've got to set your boundaries with those people. If they're not people that you can just, block on Facebook, and they're people that are, pretty involved in your life, then, figure out a way to just work around it and have belief enough in yourself so that you can have belief in this company, because it is just, as you all know, completely awesome. So, and then the final don't that I have is don't listen to negative self-talk. And I think that kind of rolls in with the other two. But I think, when you compare yourself to others, when you surround yourself with haters, inevitably you're going to have some really negative self-talk, whether that's, can look like you being hard on yourself, or you just thinking that you're not really quite measuring up to some, unattainable goal that you've set. Make sure that you are always giving yourself grace and making sure that giving grace when it's needed, and also, looking at constructive criticism and not negative self-talk, because those can sometimes look the same, but they're very different. The negative self-talk is always going to bring you down, and it's always going to make you feel worse. But when you think about constructive criticism and problem solving, that's something where you're writing it out on paper. You're trying to figure out, how can I get past this problem? It's not you like browbeating yourself. So to me, like, that's the biggest difference. And this kind of ties into the do's, but having people around you that can help you problem solve and have constructive criticism is so much better than having the people that, if you went to your hater and you said, oh, my business, I didn't get to Success Club this month, and they'd say, oh yeah, you should have been doing that anyway. And, they would just feed into it. But somebody who is a success partner would instead say, well, let's figure out how we're going to do that this month instead. And, and then go back from that point. So those are my 3 don'ts. And the reason I know those is because I did all of them, and sometimes I still do them. But it's a process, and you just get better at it. And so on to the do list. So do find a success partner. I absolutely love my success partner. Her and I have been partners for, I don't know, like a year and a half or something now. And we're pretty different, but we complement each other, and we bring each other up, and we're in the same military community, which is helpful. So we have some things in common, but our personalities are pretty different. And I appreciate that about her, because she kind of like can bring me back to reality, and I can help give her a little hope. So we're good. But so it's good to find somebody that is different, but is going to build you up. Not somebody who's going to coddle you, and not but someone who's going to challenge you. I think that's the biggest thing. So sometimes it's good if it's not somebody that you're necessarily a friend with, but somebody that's going to make you do better in this business. So that's the first one. And the second one is to track your progress. There's nothing like gaining belief than to actually see what it is that you're doing. So one of the easiest ways, I'm sure you all know about it, is the business activity tracker, the BAT. That BAT is, I don't like it because I don't really like being organized, but at the same time, I love it because every time I do it, I always meet my goals, and that's like every single time. I always meet my goals. I'm always much more organized with my time, and I'm a lot more efficient as well. And then at the end of the week, at the end of, each Thursday, I can look back and I see, oh my goodness, I am doing well in this. I didn't think I was, but I actually am, because I contacted this many people and I added this many contacts to my Facebook group, or, whatever it is. So track your progress so you can actually see what it is that you're doing. And that also goes for your physical transformation. make sure you take your measurements and make sure you're showing people, tracking your progress on your Facebook page and posting sweaty pictures or your healthy meals or whatever, like showing your progress and tracking it so you can see and others will see will help you continue to gain that belief, which then sort of ties into the next one, which is to be a product of the product. We hear that all the time. And I know that it's something that's just part of our vital behaviors in Beachbody, but it's because it's so incredibly true. Anytime that we either do something as simple as like the 3-day cleanse, or we do something that's a little bit more involved, like Body Beast, we see how these products work, which then helps us know that we can do it, and then that helps us to tell others that they can do it. Referral, in my opinion, is the best way to talk with people about something like a real person instead of like a salesperson, because you've actually done it. So make sure that you are being a product of the product. And the next one is maybe a little bit, I don't know, like a little bit weird, but make sure that you're showing up to events and calls and listening to the recordings of your team. And obviously you guys are all on this call tonight, so I'm kind of preaching to the choir about this, but showing up is so important because it helps you build that community. It helps you see that you aren't the only one who is struggling with, I don't know, with figuring out like, how do I like not just have one like on my post all the time, or, whatever your problem is, you know that you aren't the only one. And I think that that's so important in this business, because sometimes we can just huddle down into our little home offices or our dining room table, and we can just think that this is just all on us. But could be further from the truth. There's Summit is coming up, which I'm so excited about. Simon Sinek, like he's awesome. And that's just a side note, but I'm really pumped about that. There's Super Saturdays. I'm hosting a Emerald to Diamond training at my house, and I'm having 35 people here. I don't even know where I'm going to put them all, but I love events and I want to be a part of it. And it continues that belief in the business, and being able to, when you go to those events, you not only talk with other coaches, but you talk to Beachbody corporate, which the people that work on their team is just amazing. I don't know, you just like get a feel for everything so much more. And every time I bring another person from my team to an event, I love like asking them about it afterwards to see what they thought. And they're always so filled with excitement because they're gaining that belief. So make sure you're showing up, and make sure you listen to the recordings. I didn't really touch on that one yet, but that one is really important too, because you can, see what other coaches have done. You can see what, YouTube is just filled with so many elite coaches. So you have all these different styles of personalities to basically like choose from whatever works best for you. And you have all of these things just at your fingertips. It's just a matter of finding them and actually doing them. So my final and my favorite way of gaining belief is through personal development. It's just so important. I think that it's probably the most important thing for me. Anytime that I'm not in personal development, I can tell, because I sort of like get down about things, or I feel a little bit like lost and I'm not sure what I'm doing. But as soon as I zero in on a book that I'm really enjoying, or, an audiobook, or a really great TED Talks that I just keep listening to over and over, whatever it is, if it's filling you up, then that's personal development. And I personally try to pick things out that are things that I want to work on and not things that I'm already like I feel confident in, because I always want to be working on stuff that I know I need help with. So right now I'm reading a book about blogging, and I've really liked that. It's a little more technical. I tend to like more of like the dreamer books, like Start With Why, but the technical ones are good for me too, because I definitely need that side of my business to thrive. So just pick different things out, and there's a ton of lists. I'm sure that Becca has a list of books that she can give you, and I certainly have one. And they're important, so don't undervalue that. I'm sure several of you are moms and you're super busy. I just challenge you to find, what they say, 10 minutes a day, whether that's just a YouTube video or you are able to sit down with a book. To me, like, there's got to be something that will work for you. It may not be the traditional thing, but as long as it's filling you up, it really doesn't matter what it is. It's just got to help you gain that belief in yourself, which then will help you gain your belief in your business. So I feel like I went through all of that really fast.
No, that was perfect. Thank you so much,
anyone
Candice.
have questions?
Can you switch back to the non-screen share so everybody can see each other?
Yes. Hang on 1 second. There we
go. There. Oops, let me stop our recording so everybody can chat and not have to worry.